Welcome to Faye's Fabric Crafts video number 3. In this video, we will show how you can combine Faye's Fabric Craft Crazy Quilt Stitch Guide templates to create beautiful and unique embroidery. These examples illustrate some concepts to encourage the crazy quilt artists to experiment and use their imagination. These examples show how to use the templates to provide a foundation to build your embellishments in the classical Victorian crazy quilt style. Most of the designs on these Stitch Guide templates have been sized to enable compatibility for a vast variety of combinations. In this video, Faye is tracing her Crazy Quilt Stitch Guide template C4 to lay out her design on paper. It is a good practice to lay out your design on paper first. Notice how she draws the line slightly past the outside corners to get a well-defined corner to ensure a sharp pattern. Notice how Faye also uses reference holes in the sheaf stitch design to ensure the sheaves are evenly spaced. In the video, she also draws reference lines to illustrate the sheaf stitches, although in practice these are not always necessary. This is a view of the design stitched out using template C4, designs number 2 and number 6. The sheaf stitches are embroidered in gold. In this video, Faye also lays out her design on paper first by drawing a straight reference line to keep her pattern lined up. She uses a portion of Stitch Guide template A3, design number 6, and then flips the template to complete her design. Here she adds a heart using Stitch Guide Template C1, design number 6. This is a view of the design using her Stitch Guide Template A3, design number 6, and Template C1, design number 6. She enhanced the embroidery with a bouquet of silk ribbon roses and leaves. Here, Faye lays out her design of a twisted rope pattern on Stitch Guide Template B4, design number 5. Notice how she completes the design by manually filling in the gaps where the little template bridges are. These little bridges are a necessary part of the template structure, and the little gaps are easily filled in. This is a view of the design using her Stitch Guide Template B4, design number 5. The design was outlined using a stem stitch. She further enhanced the embroidery with a bouquet of silk ribbon roses and leaves. In this video, Faye lays out her design of curls by first drawing a straight reference line to maintain the alignment of the design. She uses a portion of Stitch Guide Template C4, design number 5. She measures the distance she wants between the curls and makes a reference mark. She then flips the template, lines it up with the reference line and the reference mark to complete her other curl. She finishes connecting the curls by drawing smooth freehand lines. As you can see, the variety of embroidery designs is only limited by your imagination. This view shows the completed embroidery of the curls laid out using Stitch Guide Template C4, design number 5. You can see how just a portion of a design can be used in a variety of ways to create unique designs. She added silk ribbon spiderweb roses and leaves to complete the embroidery. This view also shows a border design using Stitch Guide Template D1, designs number 7 and number 1. And here is a closer view of the curls and delicate spiderweb roses and leaves previously shown. This view shows a vase filled with delicate flowers. The vase was designed using a portion of Stitch Guide Template C1, design number 9, and the vase was outlined using a stem stitch. The flowers were made using silk ribbon bullion stitches, colonial knots, and silk ribbon leaves. This design incorporates a feather stitch with yellow bullion stitches and green silk ribbon leaves and was drawn using Stitch Guide Template A2, design number 8. The feather stitch was combined with couching stitches. The blue embroidery was drawn using Stitch Guide Template A2, design number 7, and embroidered with back stitches. In this view, we have blue sheaf stitches with colonial knots on the tips of the sheaves. Template C4, design number 6, was used to draw this design. The sheaf stitches are overlaid on an orange chain stitch border. Also shown in this view is a dark blue wavy border drawn using Template D1, design 1, and embroidered using a stem stitch. The embroidery also used Template D1, design 7, with red colonial knots and a gold blanket stitches. Notice how these templates keep everything evenly spaced and uniform in size. This design illustrates a great border drawn with template C4 design number 6 to lay out the sheath stitches on a dovetail design using template B2 design number 5. Drawing such an evenly spaced and sized dovetail border would be tedious and difficult without these wonderful templates. Here we have another great dovetail border drawn with stitch guide template B1 in design number 2, outlined with backstitch and decorated with a buttonhole cable chain stitches. This design illustrates a wonderful flower vine created using stitch guide template B3 design number 8 and stitch guide template D3 design number 9. The flower vine was finished with a variety of colored silk ribbon flowers and leaves. This is another great example of using multiple templates to embroider an outstanding design. This is an overall view of her Crazy Quilt Square made with various patterns of white silk and white satin. These templates were used for all of the embroidery embellishments. The variety of combinations is only limited by your creativity and imagination. So, how do you get your own collection of Faye's Fabric Craft Crazy Quilt Stitch Guide templates? It's easy. Just go to Faye's website at the web address shown here, add the template sets desired to the shopping cart, add the appropriate shipping charge to the shopping cart, and pay through PayPal. If you have any questions, please email Faye at the address shown and she will be glad to help.